Dalton DeVos is one of the younger skippers down here in Key West. 22 years old, correct, Dalton?
Yes, sir.
Still in college, and I first and foremost, I understand you're very responsible, and you went back Tuesday and took classes. Tell me how that worked.
Yeah, I did. Not necessarily the best decision, but I guess the weather down here was kind of cooperative for me. We only got one race off.
Right, you didn't miss much.
Conditions, so I didn't end up missing much, but I would have rather still have been here.
Now, tell me a little bit how you got into this circuit. Your dad was mentioning that your cousin Ryan and his father had a boat, and you all kind of said, "Hey, let's do it." You know, and you and your dad have sailed a little bit together in this boat, correct?
Yeah, yes, sir. My cousin was the first one to get a 32, and he loved it so much, and he basically convinced us to get a 32. And initially, my dad started driving, and I was kind of trying to do stuff up front. And he transitioned. He said, "You know what? I think you should learn how to drive. So why don't you start driving?" And he volunteered to hang off the side of the boat. I don't really know why, but he's still doing that today. Today he's out on Quantum, but whenever he's on this boat, he's hanging off the side, really supporting me. And it's just a great time to be together with family and have a nice, healthy competition.
Well, I was going to say, is there's a little bit of a rivalry between you and Ryan? I think he's a year older than you. When you're out there together, I think you all were in the Worlds together a couple years ago. Is there a little bit of rivalry between the two cousins?
There's a little rivalry on the water, sure, but off the water, you know, we run kind of like a two-boat program. We have a lot of fun together. We learn from each other, but when we're out there, we're going at each other just as hard as anybody else, probably a little harder actually.
Now, you come from a great sailing family. Obviously, your grandfather was an outstanding sailor, both of his sons. But you didn't really kind of do the traditional thing. You didn't do the Opti circuit and the junior sailing. Kind of tell me why you chose not to. I guess you were sailing big boats with your family a little bit, though, right?
Yeah, we had a little bit of a hectic travel schedule, and school is a big thing for me. We don't really live on the water, quite frankly. In Michigan, you don't have too many months where you can go sailing.
Right.
So that was kind of how it was, and I sailed with my dad, sailed with my uncle, and aside from that, got on the 32. That was pretty much the first thing I did on my own.
Well, and talk about the learning curve. I mean, obviously, if you haven't come up through that the junior type sailing, the collegiate sailing, you haven't been in some of the situations you will find yourself out here. Talk about the learning curve that you've had.
It's incredible. Extremely steep learning curve. These guys are awesome. That's all I can say. They're the ones keeping me through it. They're keeping me learning. It's such a short period of time, but I'm learning so much.
And you planning to stick with it, Dalton? I mean, do you have plans to really, try to do as much as you can with this program?
Yep, I am. Yep. Yeah, we're really gearing up for the Worlds this year, and we're going hard at 110%.
And I guess it's nice to have a guy like Jonathan McKee helping you out, huh? I mean, he's one of the best sailors in the world.
That's an understatement. Yes, right. He's fantastic. The rest of the crew is awesome.
Right.
They do all their jobs, and all I got to do is hold the tiller straight.
All right, Dalton, well, good luck the rest of the way. You're doing pretty well down here. Are you surprised at how well you're doing? You had a great day yesterday.
You know what? I kind of am, but kind of not. We worked so hard, and we got a great team, so, we expect to be kind of where we are right now, and we're really shooting to win this thing.
All right, thank you very much, Dalton. Appreciate your time.
Oh, you're welcome.